I don't know if there's anybody gonna hop on here or not. Anyhow, I'm here. I just had breakfast at the IHOP. This is petrol truck stop. This used to be the Iron Skillet restaurant, and they took it out and made an IHOP, which uh, quite frankly, I think it's an improvement, a vast improvement. So anyhow, I'm on live, Trucker John. We get some nice Mexican music playing in the background. I don't know if that's copyrighted or not. I think I'm just walking through the petrol here. Thought I'd do a little walk and talk before I get in the truck. So you can see they got a barber shop. Oh yeah, they have a Baskin Robbins. Also, that's been here for quite a while. And around the corner, I didn't show up, but there's a Wendy's. But everyone has seen a million Wendy's, right? And this is the store, little convenience store, and they've got all typical stuff in there. Shoot, I just spilled a little bit of hot coffee on my hand. And then here's a remnant from an old time. We used to have payphones, and you can see the payphone has been taken out, and now they use that as a crying room. You go in there and you just shut the door. It's like soundproof, and you can just cry. It's good to let it all out. Down there's showers. That was a pretty good joke, and no one's going to hear it because looks like zero people are in here for some reason. Not even Jolie's in here yet, which is kind of strange. That maybe my notifications not on. Here's a laundry facility here, laundry room. There's some restrooms over there. They have a little theater that no one uses anymore because everyone just streams everything on their phones. I'm gonna check. I gotta check some. Make sure. Are we broadcasting? Are we uh, are we going out? Let's see here. All right. So I don't know why no one's hopped on yet. That's really odd. Usually, you're missing all this great footage. I'm going to be stepping outside, so you guys are going to have to, scroll back if you want to see the inside of the petrol here at Wheeler Ridge. Looks like somebody might be on, finally. I'm about ready to step outside. I was showing Wheeler Ridge. You guys missed it. You guys are missing it. But I gotta go. I gotta get rolling here. So I can't go back. Hey, Jolie. I'm just wondering why is nobody on here? Usually, 4 or 5 people kind of hop in. I just did a little mini tour of the petrol, inside the petrol. So if you guys want to see that, you're gonna have to scroll back or rewind or whatever. Cause I gotta go. I'm running late. I was just saying how I had the IHOP breakfast in there, and it was very good. So here we are at the parking lot at the petrol. It's very nice, spacious parking lot. You get a lot of trucks in here, and so you can usually get parking. And right where I parked, you can see back in there, there's a Best Western Hotel. I didn't stay there last night, but I have stayed there a couple times. So it's kind of convenient. And they have a little, a gate in the fence here, so you can just park along this area here. And if you want to get a room, you can just walk right through the gate, walk right there. And there's a Denny's right over there too. So it's all convenient. I didn't eat Denny's today. I wanted to try the new IHOP. That's like I said, they pulled out the used to be a Iron Skillet restaurant, which is the restaurants that are usually in Petro, and they closed that down, put in an IHOP. And like I said, I think it's a vast improvement because I like IHOP, and the Iron Skillet it was getting a little long in the tooth. Just that facility, and I think the food was getting kind of gross and greasy. I like IHOP. Let's just leave it there. I like IHOP. But IHOP. And you can see here they're putting in new in the building, another industrial type building. This whole area it's all industrial type warehousing, along with truck stops. And across the freeway, other side of the freeway, is a big outlet center. So there's lots of also, fast food restaurants and things of that nature. So here's my truck. It's where I parked last night. There's the Best Western back there, and you can see the vastness of the parking lot. There's the hills there. This is where we're going to be driving up through to Home Pass, and commonly known as the Grapevine. I guess at the bottom of the hill, I don't really see a town, but it says Grapevine, like there's a little town or something, but there really is no town. It's like a couple of gas stations. And then, but it's kind of a well-known, at least in truckers, the Grapevine is very notorious because it's very steep grade, very, very steep. Lots of accidents, lots of people have died because they don't know how to drive on the Grapevine. They burn their brakes out. There was one guy a couple years ago was going so fast that even though he hit the ramp, the runaway ramp at the bottom of the hill, it didn't even barely slow him down, apparently. And he and I guess his wife were in the truck. And they ripped right through that runway ramp, and still they crashed and burned. It's kind of rare. I can't imagine how fast they were going to do that. Anyhow, I'm getting up here in the truck. Climb. You're going to hear some buzzing noises for a little bit, apparently. And as I was walking and talking, it was really hard to see the chat. So if I missed your chats, apologize. Looks like we got a few people in the chat now. Jolie, hello, thank you. She said I just got the notification, YouTube notifications. Yeah, YouTube. That's the one thing. There's a lot of things I like about YouTube, but their notification systems are really screwed up, I think. Hey, Liberdan. Thanks for jumping in. Let's see here. We got Wes. I love Texas Paul, Gabe, and Tony, but they mostly say the same things over and over again, and you don't get that on their Trucker John show. You get originality. Oh, okay. Why am I getting so upset? I don't know. Maybe because I'm jealous? No. Wes says they were, and you guys can hear me, right? Because I got the earpod in. That's why I depend on you, Jolie. One slacker there is hey Dan. I'm just kind of reading you guys' chats. I'm not saying your name, so it probably sounds weird. Like I'm saying it. I'm reading your chat. Says hey Dan, that was Wes, and then Jolie gives Wes a hug, and then I guess that's the hug symbol. I'm learning, people. I'm learning. Liberty Dan. changing your name, Dan. You are now known as Liberty Dan. Says, hey, Wes. Julie says, sound is good. Okay, thank you, Julie. Thanks for the update on that. I'll probably be taking the earbud thing out, I guess. And then Wes says, no slacker anymore. You're not slacking now, I guess, apparently, is what we're saying. Alrighty, so, buttons on your underwear. I like to say that one a lot, don't I? I just had breakfast, and it's 10 o'clock. It's after 10 a.m. I'm just old and slow. Actually, but I've been up since 6:30 in the morning. But I was playing some games on my phone, and checking all those notification things. And next thing I know, it's like, I don't know, 9 o'clock, and I'm hungry, so I'm like, I'm gonna go get some breakfast. So I went and got my breakfast, and it was a good breakfast, if I do say so myself. Although I do have one complaint. One complaint. I ordered a side order of toast. No, actually, it came with toast. I ordered a side order of pancakes. I got 2 little pancakes. But the toast, she gave it to me. It's one of those things with just one slice. Now, I didn't say anything. I didn't feel like getting all confrontational or whatever. Or not confrontational. I didn't even. I could just. I was just going to ask her, like, does this normally just come with one slice? I didn't feel like hassling with it. I just don't think that's right. That you order, or I didn't even. Wasn't even a side order, but I think it's supposed to come with 2 slices. I really think that's the way it's supposed to come. And then she only gives me 1 slice. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like I say, 99.9% of restaurants that I go to, when you get toast, they give you 2 slices of toast. And the toast is important because, like for me, I order my eggs over medium, and I like to have toast to sop up all the yolk and everything. And I just barely had enough with that toast that they gave me to do that. So anyhow, there's always got to be a little drama in Trucker John's life, right? And I guess that's if the extent of my drama is if I got not enough toast while having eggs and hash browns and bacon and pancakes and coffee, if I got a lot to be grateful for. That's what I guess I'm trying to say. They got video images of people over there in Turkey or Syria or wherever the hell it is. I guess it's Turkey. Digging out people out of the rubble. Thousands and thousands of people died. So I've got it pretty good. That's what I'm trying to say. No matter what happens, I might think things are pretty shitty, and then you see stuff like that, and even when you just see like homeless people here in the United States, living on the side of a freeway, that's enough of a wake up call too. Like, just quit my bitching, be grateful for what I got, and just know that there are people that have it a lot worse, way worse than what I got it, and I should just be thankful. Stop my bitching. That doesn't mean I don't have to just act like everything's hunky-dory. I mean, and just not address whatever problems are. You still got to work on your problems or all that kind of stuff. But so anyhow, I'm rambling. I'm a rambling man, a rambling kind of guy, and we'll be doing a drive along today. I'll go ahead and mount that up there on the drive along mount. I guess I'll just call that the drive along mount. In a minute here. Let me fix this up here. And I don't know why it keeps going back to that screen. Sometimes the technology does not do what it's supposed to do. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to go over into my pre-trip mode here, drive on duty, start my shift. Yesterday's shift was 11 and a half hours long, which for me is a pretty long day of my shift. Now today we're in Southern California. Um, I will be starting here, like I said, the Grapevine, which is about, I guess, about 40 miles or so south of Bakersfield. Now, if you guys are back east, you still might not even know where Bakersfield is. Um, I'm not wearing these when I drive. I'm taking them out. But it was you might have known it from like the streets of Bakersfield. Dwight Yoakam and Neil Owens kind of made it famous, I guess. And then I guess Kevin McCarthy has made it kind of infamous because that's sort of his. That's certainly, I would say, the biggest city of his district that he has, and it's basically a cow town, oil town. There's a lot of oil rigs, a lot of, and I say cow towns, a lot of cow farms and pastures and feedlots and agriculture. They grow a lot of probably grapes down here too. All through the San Joaquin Valley, you got a lot of grapes. There's grapes and there's just all kinds of things, nuts that they grow, hazelnuts and shit. So that's where we're at. That's where I'm at, and I'm south of there, just almost into the mountains, and just on the other side of these mountains, to the south of me, is the San Fernando Valley and the LA and all that stuff. So, and then from there, I'll be going over the mountains, and then we're going to go head east and get into Arizona, and then I got to get this load delivered to Phoenix, and then I've got a load picking up out of there. Well, actually, I'm going to deadhead up to Vegas from Phoenix and pick up a load that's going right back up to Portland. So by the end of the week, we'll be back up in Portland. So that's kind of the rundown on, I guess, on today's action. Um, but I'm just going to do a quick little walk around here, and now I can keep the earbuds in. So I can go ahead and put the I'm going to put this in the thing so I don't have to carry it around, and then I'll keep my earbuds in, and I can still talk to you guys as I'm doing my walk around. But the thing is that once I get about 53, well, the end of the trailer is 53 feet, and then plus you add the cab and everything. So we're looking at 63, 65, 66 feet. Once I get back to the end of that, this thing starts to cut out. It's kind of funny. Like I can see where the limit of the range is on it, and you guys will see it too, and we'll all laugh. We'll have a good laugh. I guess I don't know. So anyhow, so thanks anyhow. That was I just see was a Bill Dinkins. Bill Dinkins in. So okay, we've got West Webb. Wes is going to get a haircut today. I'm just going to look at some of these real quick. Um, Again, I don't always see you guys' chats. It's just not my style, dude. I got things to do, man. I'm not just looking at the chat. I'm doing walkarounds. I'm doing trucking shit. So now I'm going to put you guys in here in the mount. Let me put my wedgies in there and see if we can make it so it doesn't vibrate and shake and all that good stuff. Now it's wedged in, and hopefully it looks blurry for some reason. Does it look blurry to you guys? Is there something on my lens? Um, where is the lens? Over here. I need to wipe it. I might have got. Was it blurry the whole time? Um, is it just focusing in on the wrong thing? It's totally blurry, right? That's not just my eyes, right? I don't know why it's doing that. That's not good. Okay, so when it's on me, it's clear. not blurry. And when I go out here, it's looking blurry. Like, they're just focusing on the wrong thing here. I don't know how to focus it. Let's see. You can see my windshield, nice and spotted. Maybe it's focusing on something on the windshield. Huh. Well, I mean, it's been, well, there, now it's in, looks like. No, it's not Simi Valley. Simi Valley is about 50 or 60 miles sort of southwest of here. Okay, so let me go ahead and get my iPad set up too. And I always forget. We might lose. Hi, Nick Rich 56. Thanks for being here. Um, we might lose signal for just a few seconds. Just hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Back. If it ever went out, I'm not sure, but hopefully we're still here. You guys can see me and hear me, or not see me because I don't have it pointed out towards me. But let's see here. You guys can see me and hear me, or not see me because. Okay. The reason you heard me that again is I just turned the iPad on. That was the iPad, which doesn't seem to be like 20 seconds behind anymore. Maybe that seemed to be less than that. But anyhow, I'm just gonna leave that there. I can see the chat a little bit better through the iPad. So thanks for being here. We got looks like 6 watching, and how many thumbs ups we got? We got 5 thumbs up. So somebody didn't do a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, and if you're not subscribing, which you probably almost everyone here is subscribing. I think everyone. But go ahead and you can hit the share button, get more subscribers in. We got 7 in the house right now. Okay, I'm going to do a quick walk around. Just real quick here. And I'll be right back, guys. You guys chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. So I'm assuming you guys can hear me. I'm outside of the truck, but I left the phone inside the truck. Checking the tires and the lights and my airlines there, hoses. And I'm going to check this water level because something's going on with that too now. I don't see it leaking. I kind of a bad sign because like where's the water going? But I haven't seen any steam or I haven't smelled anything like like a water thing. And that level looks okay for being cold. It's right at the cold line. It's up real cool. Huh. I don't know. I might have detected. I think I see a small leak. I don't know if it's a heater core. It might be from a heater core. I have to get that looked at because before it gets worse. Hopefully, it's maybe just a fitting or something that's come loose or needs to be replaced, or maybe a hose in there or something. Right now, it's really, really slight, really small. So I think I'll be okay until I get into either Phoenix or Vegas and have them look at it again. Or not that particular thing, but it seems like I'm always having to take this thing in to get it looked at for something, one thing or another. Okay, but everything else is good, and I think I'll be okay. Okay, I'm going to take off the earbuds, and we'll go to regular sound. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. Hopefully, you can still hear me. So yeah, if you still hear me, let me know. Or I could just turn this volume up. So yeah, if you still hear me, let me know. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Gus. Gus 2's in. Gus the second. Thanks for being here. Let's look at the chat real quick. I'm lurking for maybe 10 minutes. For Nick, that was Nick Rich. Wes says bird. I'm not sure. Maybe you saw a bird. Yeah, I think it was a bird flying by earlier. Nick Rich says, hey, Wes and Jolie. Hugs to all. Nick Rich, I managed to get onto Discord today. A new angle of community engagement. So congratulations on that. And Wes says, what's your Discord name, Nick? Jolie says, I haven't seen that. Why would you do that? What's the point? Of what? Going on Discord? Nick Rich says, Nick Rich 56, number 0024. Wes says, nice and clear, but also rattles. Yeah, this other mount that I have, like right now I'm holding it, and so it's quite, it rattles, and the mics on this really pick it up on the phone. Right now it's not making any rattling noise, so hopefully you're not hearing it. Gus says, yeah, we hear you. Nick says, Helter Skelter never worked for Manson. Don't know why how that came up. West Webb says like a baseball card, and yeah, but I think it's gone away now. It has now gone away. So here I am, brought to you like a hurricane. I always say that. It's a little nippy out, a little chilly, but it's going to be a nice warm day. It's nice to be down here in California, Southern California, after being in all that Utah and Idaho and even up in Oregon there, Eastern Oregon. It was so cold. It was really cold, and now, like right now, I guess it's in the 40s down here, and it's going to warm up into the, who knows, 60s or whatever. And it feels really nice. That's why I love California. And we'll be going into Arizona. It's going to be warm there, probably, hopefully. And then I'll be going over to Vegas. It's going to be warm there. And then from there, I'll be going back up. Actually, I've got two drops, which is really rare for me. I usually don't do those kind of loads, but it's a good paying load, so I took it. And where I'll have a first drop in, I think it was Stockton, which is just up the road from here, Central California. And then from there I go up to Portland and do a drop up there, drop and hook. So it's a live unload up here in Stockton. Did I say drop? I meant to say live unload. Let's see, so that's that. And we are, oh yeah, we're good to go on that one. Let me go ahead and put in the navigation, even though I know it pretty much by heart.
Drive to road behind you on I-5 or route from current location.
Okay. We got 450 miles to go. So that's what we'll do. I guess I'll do the drive along for a few hours, and then we'll stop it at some point. Let me pour this coffee into my Pilot travel mug. Stainless steel, like powder coated or whatever it is, and it's really good. It does a really good job keeping the coffee hot for a long time. Now inside IHOP, they didn't have any French vanilla, or I didn't ask for it. All she brought was regular, but I do have French vanillas in my little refrigerator. So I'm gonna put, I guess I'll put one in here. Sometimes I do two, but I'm just gonna do one of those. That should be enough. And then let's see. Maybe I'll add a little sugar. Sugar. Oh, honey. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting. Is it some or you? I forget. Oh. Do. West says 38 heat wave today. Nick Rich, any guy gotta saddle up and hit the road. All right, 10-4, 10-7, 10-20, 10-10, 30-30, 40-40. Catch you on the flip side. Julie says 55 over there. Let's see. Let me see what my watch says. It's only. See, I've been messing around with these new faces. This, I don't think it doesn't even give me the temperature on this one. I don't like that one. We have to change that because. But anyhow, I think it's about 50 something degrees here too right now. 50, like 50 or something.
melting today. Oh, no, but that's way back. So Wes says, me too, Nick. Just waiting for John to start driving. Yeah, I'll be driving in a few minutes here. Jolie says, see you, Nick. Have a great day. Wes is drinking hot tea. Wes says, sneezing. I knocked over a bottle of mouthwash on the bathroom floor. It smells like mint. That was kind of nice, right? But the floor is sticky. Yeah, that's not good. Mopped it twice already, and it's still sticky. You know? Wes, did Nick say... Wes is speaking. Did Nick say Discord name? I believe he did. It was like Nick Rich Helter Skelter. No, it wasn't Helter Skelter, but it was like Nick Rich with a big number or something on here. Scrolling back, I'll probably never find it, but 100% is expected to do. That's right, Wes. 100%. Group this one. Yeah, I don't see. I thought he did. Oh yeah, Nick Rich 56 hashtag 0024. I'm assuming 24 is in homage to Jeff Gordon. It might not be, but as far as I'm concerned. Anyhow, so. Oh, and Jolie. Oh, Gus and Jolie, you guys beat me to it. You put it up there, yeah. Yeah, if you wait for me for something like that, it'll be a long wait. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and we'll turn this around, and I think we're pretty much focused in there. I kind of don't like how I try to avoid the dash cam, but if I turn it too much, then it might be kind of weird too. You know what I mean? Where it's not like a straight-on shot. So maybe that is that. How's that? Does that look all right like that? Wumpus can't find Nick. Who's Wumpus? Anyhow, I don't know. So let's see. I might just have like Hartman playing in the background since he's on right now somewhere. There he is. I know a lot of people don't, or maybe are tired of Tom Hartman. They've gone over to Midas and all that kind of stuff. County. We've been on the national. But I like Hartman, so that's probably what I'll be listening to as I drive. And as you guys know, I don't see the chat when I'm driving. But here we go. Just checking that brake pressure real quick there. Now there is a weigh station right about a mile from here. As soon as I get on the interstate, might be going through a weigh station if I don't get the green light. And like I was saying yesterday, I guess it was, or whatever, explaining about, if you guys heard it or not, I don't know, but explaining kind of how it works with pre-pass. The idea of pre-pass is that you can, about 90% of the time, if you're in good standing, or if like this is under the, even though I'm an independent contractor, my pre-pass and everything is all under the umbrella, I guess you'd say, of Schneider. And so normally, most times, like 90% of the time, you'll get a green light. That means you don't have to go into the weigh station if you get a green light. But if there are too many drivers, you know, in that group, which is like for Schneider, that are getting like failed inspections and stuff like that, then that lowers your score, and then that means that you get called in more often. And I think it was a couple months ago, because Pre-Pass will send you the kind of the reports. I guess it's like every month or every whatever, I don't know. But and the last one I remember seeing was for California, and they'll tell you all the states of like what percentage your percentage of getting called in or getting a red light is. And so for California, it was at 90%. So that means that 90% of the time you're going to get called in, and that's what it was the last time I saw it. But if you can go through a period of time, it's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months or whatever, where you're not getting those violations and those failures, then your score, the percentage will go down. And so I don't know what we're at. I don't think we're still at 90%, but I think the ideal, I think the lowest it goes is like 10%. So, which means you would only get called in 10% of the time. Now I may be wrong in those exact numbers, but it's pretty close, I think. So I wonder. I guess there was another truck kind of coming from a different side of me, and we both were sort of stopping and wondering like who's going to go, and I guess. Well, then he ended up making a U-turn, so I guess it wasn't like he was letting me go. Anyhow, so we'll see. I got this weigh station. We'll see if I get it, if it's open, and this one is usually open, especially during the day like this. The only time they really close, I think, is if the line is so long and the trucks start lining up into the freeway, they'll close it. Or maybe if it's a shift change or something like that, or a holiday, maybe, or not a holiday, but maybe like late at night or something, they might close it. But more than likely, it's open right now. So we'll see if I get a green light or not, which would be nice. But I am really light load, so I don't have to worry about being overweight on any of the axles, and my headlight was working, my lights and everything seemed to be working. I didn't see any bulges in the tires or flat tires, and the mud flaps were all in good order, working order. Anyhow, this is what's known as Wheeler Ridge. Like I said, it's just like this little area is all like restaurants, fast food, and they've got the Petro truck stop on this side, and then on the other side of the interstate, you can almost see it maybe, there's a big outlet center, and then just down from there, there's also a TA truck stop on that side. So you got truck stops on each side, warehousing, industrial type, warehousing and stuff. And they're building more and more. So I guess the mountains in front of us, I guess those are the Tehachapi Mountains, because I know Tehachapi's right up there. I guess they're called the Tehachapi Mountains. And then we'll be going up, like I said, over the Grapevine. It's a pretty long climb. It's probably, 10 miles of climb. Pretty steep grade. It's kind of a slow go. Oh, you know what? Once we get to the top of Grapevine, I'm gonna have to get fuel. There's a Flying J up there, and I forgot there is gonna be a fuel stop. That's about, I think, 17 miles from here. So we'll just go ahead and go into Flying J real quick. Once we get to the top of the Grapevine. and get some fuel.
Proceed south on I-5 south in 56 miles. Take exit to the right. California 14 north at I-5 south.
So here's the transponder coming up. Let's see if we get a green light or not. It'd be nice if I got a green light. I really would appreciate it. So I can just go on through and not worry about it. And, save a little bit of time, I guess. Hey, we got a green light. That's pretty awesome. And let's see, is the scale open? Let's see, what's that sign? I can't even see their sign. Like, I don't think they even had anything on it. So I don't know if that means they were closed or open or not. But we got a green light. Looks a little busy there, so I don't know if they closed it or not, but I couldn't even see any lettering on their sign. I couldn't even read it. I mean, it looked blank, is what I'm trying to say. So either that means that they closed it and we got the green light, or, and this is even better, if it was open and I got a green light, then that's a good sign that our score, or like, I don't know if it's a CSA score or whatever it is, but our score is improving, and so our rate of getting called in is going down, if that makes sense. So here is the Grapevine, and I guess, I don't know. We'll be going right up this mountain here. There's going to be a lot of slow trucks, like slower than me. I imagine I'll be slowing down myself, probably at 40 or 35. And there's going to be a lot of trucks that are going to be going even slower than that, because they have heavier loads. The heavier the load, the harder it is. And I'm laughing right now, so I crack myself up, I guess. Even though I'm faster than this guy, I felt like I had to get over, because I'm still not that fast compared to like that guy and these other four-wheelers. And you're really technically not supposed to be in that number 2 lane. You're only supposed to be in the truck lanes are only these 2 far right lanes, 3 and 4 lane. So got back over. These guys are hauling a big old heavy span of, I guess it's concrete. We'll go into some sort of overpass or something. So this is the Grapevine. I'm going up this really steep grade, and I'm down into 8th gear now, and got my 4-ways on, and we are, it's kind of bouncy. It's kind of a rough road. It sees its share of, abuse just through all these heavy loads, heavy trucks. So these lanes, particularly these 2 lanes here, can get pretty well, beat up and everything. So it's a little bumpy, a little rough. Now I'm not sure if we're going to lose signal in here. We might in this canyon. It's like a canyon. So it might get some buffering or something, but like I said before, just hang in there. It's usually only for a few seconds or half a minute or something. So these guys, a lot of guys are probably, I guess, they might be empty or they're really light, super light, because they're climbing the hill pretty easily. Yeah, a lot of trucks are passing me up today. I guess I got some snow. You can still see a little tiny bit of snow on the very top of the hill there, in the mountain. I think they had probably some pretty good snow. Maybe, I don't know. I thought I heard they got some snow through here, but it's all gone now. As you can see, nice green grass. All the rain and everything has made all the grass all the way through this drive. Even yesterday, if you were watching, or not. Oh, that's right. I didn't do it live. I did a dash cam. I was going to make a dash cam video, and I forgot to do it. I'm coming down. You can see the grass is all nice and green, and it'll be that way maybe through the spring, and then it'll all turn brown. Once it starts to heat up and everything. It's gonna move over, but there's a truck. Okay, hopefully we're back. Like I said, might get some bump here. Yeah, this is gonna go in and out here. We're on a mountain, in a canyon, so it's going to happen. It happens. But we're back, and I'm still climbing. We're getting close to the top. I think there's still a little ways to go here. A few more miles. This is the Cajon Pass. See, the Cajon Pass is over by Victorville, Asperia. That's where I-15 goes through the Cajon Pass, and that's like the connector between, the Victor Valley, High Desert, and San Bernardino. And this is the Cajon. See, so there's Cajon and Cajon. Could they have made it any more confusing? So here's Cajon Pass, starts with a T, and we're about, I don't know, what are we, 70, 80 miles sort of west of the Cajon Pass. And this is I-5. The other one is I-15. This is I-5. And but they're both Well, this is a lot steeper of a climb than the Cajon Pass. A lot steeper and a lot longer. But the summits are about the same. The Cajon Pass summit, I believe, is about 41 and change, and this one's maybe 42 and change. It might be around, it might be under 42, but they're pretty close. I think this one's a little bit higher, but not by much. They both are subject to getting closed down during snowstorm and stuff. Happens every now and then. Happens usually 2 or 3 times during the winter time. We'll get a big snowfall in here. But right now you can see it's all nice and clear. You got sunny days, sunny blue skies. It's gonna be a nice day, looks like. Up this hill, I'm only doing about 27 miles an hour. Goes to show you how steep this is, because when I was going up that Ashland Summit, or whatever it was called, back in Oregon, I was going faster. I was able to go faster up that grade, so that just shows you how much steeper this grade is than that grade. I don't know what percentages are. I didn't see any percentages, but I would venture to guess that this is steeper than 6%. There's just kind of a common one for steep grades. I bet you this is even steeper than that. But we're getting close to not exactly the summit. The summit's going to be sort of a terrace here, or it's sort of tiered off, and we'll get a little bit more of a level land here, and then it'll climb a little bit. See, I would have moved over, but that truck just whizzed by me there, so I couldn't get over. Just had to go by real careful. Very carefully. So now I'm picking up speed. It's starting to level off a little bit, or at least not be as steep. Yeah, I think during that last storm, a few days ago, they must have got some snow. I'm starting to see a little bit more of the snow on the tops of the hills here. Quebec. So I can either stop for fuel here, or I could go all the way to Palmdale, because they do have a pilot in Palmdale now, and I'm pretty sure I have enough fuel to get to Palmdale. But I don't really want to take the chance, even though I'm just about 100% sure I've got enough fuel. I probably got about 25 usable gallons right now. And just figuring at 7 miles a gallon, that's, what's that, 175 miles? And once we get past the summit, my fuel mileage is going to be better than 7 miles a gallon. I'm sure I probably got over, 200 miles worth of fuel. And that Palmdale pilot is probably only about, I would think it's less than 100 miles from here. Probably like 80 miles or something. So I probably have enough fuel to get to Palmdale. but I don't know. I might just go to Palmdale. I think I'll just go to Palmdale. I should have plenty of fuel to get to Palmdale. Hopefully the angle of this, because it looks like to me, I've kind of angled the camera over maybe a little bit too much to the left, maybe. But I was trying to just to avoid that, the dash cam that I have up there in the shot. So hopefully it doesn't look too weird or whatever. Shot, the angle. I hate getting fuel today. See, there's a little bit of snow left, but it's all pretty much melted away. Whatever they got from that last storm. But this is basically, everybody calls this Fraser Park. I think technically this is Lebec. And in Fraser Park, the town is actually up the road there, about a few miles up the road. Like, literally just like, probably less than 5 miles. But I think this little area here is still Lebec. So if you say Lebec, I guess that's fine. Or if you call it Fraser Park, you know, people would just kind of know this as being Fraser Park, even though really technically it's Lebec. Pretty sure, unless they, you know, changed it or something without telling me, without notifying me. Now we are almost finally to the summit of this Tejon Pass, or Tejon, or Grapevine, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure. I guess the Grapevine would be from the bottom of the hill to the very top of the hill. We're just now at 4,000 feet elevation right here, and then and climbing. So, like I said, I think it's around 42 and change. This might very well be the second highest elevation along the entire I-5. But there's no sign for that. They don't make a sign for the second post, apparently. I believe, if you recall, well, actually, did I do a live stream on that one? Yeah, I was live streaming, right? When we were in Oregon, we went over the Ashland Mountain there, and it was the, what was the name of it? Mountain Summit. They said it was the highest elevation on I-5, and it was like 43 and change. That was the highest. And I'd be willing to bet that this is the second highest. So here we are, Tejon Pass. And it's basically, this is the summit. Elevation 4144. So it didn't even hit 42. I thought it might have been 42 and change. It's actually 4144. But I still bet this is the second highest. Although, what was going on up there in, by Weed and Wairika, climbing through there? I don't remember those elevations. Looks like we buffered for a second there, but we should be back. And I'm just coasting down the hill. Like I said, I'm not touching my brake. I'm not touching the gas pedal. I got it in 9th gear. We're just coasting. Got the Jake brakes on. And just keeping it copacetic here. Now, I guess it's the next exit, but it's a couple miles away. I'm going to go ahead and cutting across. This is I-5, so I'm going to get off I-5 and cut across Highway 138. This is rather a bit of a notorious highway, not only for me, but for just over the years. It has been dubbed it has different sort of variations of it, but it's like the Death Highway or Blood Alley, stuff like that, because there's been so many wrecks over the years on that highway, and I've had so many close calls. And I actually have a couple of videos on it that you might want to check out. Of me, actually, where a rock went through my side window and just exploded all over me. Glass all over me. That was on Blood Alley. This is the area. I don't know if you guys ever remember. I think it was like it's got to be like 30 years ago now. Where that one artist who does those, I don't even know what you call it, what type of art it is, but where he does stuff outdoors and like here he put up a bunch of was it windmills or something? I forget now what it was. All over the place. There were all these, like, I think they were yellow. I forget what they looked like. It was like pinwheels or windmills or whatever it was. And they were all over this whole valley. It was a big deal. People came from all over the world to see it. And I probably don't even, I probably have pictures of it somewhere, in a box somewhere. I forget that guy's name, because I remember he did a few other ones in other places in the world, and I remember seeing pictures of it. So we just passed, it was a little town called Gorman. Basically, it's a couple hotels and some fast food places, and there's like I think a laundromat and a little market, and that's about it. That's Gorman. And then just right up here, next exit, we'll be taking the exit. So here's our exit coming up. So we're just going to cut across Highway 138, goes over to California 14. And then from there we go south on the 14 and down into Palmdale. And then I get on, it's like the 138 just continues on. From there. The navigation doesn't want me to go that way. It wants me to go down into LA, where there's a lot more heavy traffic. And I've done the routing on both of these. And this way is that I'm going now. It's only like, I think it's like 10 miles further, or a few miles, just a few miles further. But time-wise, it's incredibly shorter, time-wise, to go this way, just because of the traffic situation. So to stay out of LA if I can, whenever possible, just because of the traffic. So now we're going to be going into my old stomping grounds. Not right here, but about 30, 40 miles or so from here. It's kind of where I used to live.
Proceed south on I-5 south in 34 miles.
In the Antelope Valley.
Right the road behind you.
They call it the Antelope Valley. It's basically made up of Palmdale, Lancaster, Rosamond. I lived in all three of those towns. And then there's like Little Rock and some other little towns.
South on I-5 south.
This thing is still jamming on, even though I'm way away from the freeway.
Right the road behind you. On I-5.
But I lived in the Antelope Valley, probably at least 30 years, I think. And then before that, I grew up in the Victor Valley, which is just the neighboring desert valley off to the east, which is made primarily up of Victorville and Apple Valley and Hesperia. And I guess you could go out all the way out to Lucerne Valley, but maybe they call it Lucerne Valley. But and that's basically where I grew up from about the age of 3 until my late 20s, I guess. So I probably ended up living in Antelope Valley longer than I did the Victor Valley. And now, I guess officially, even though it doesn't seem like I really live there because I'm hardly ever there, but my new hometown, or at least for, well, it's been like 3 years now, I guess, is Las Vegas, which is basically just the same desert. I think it's all those places I just mentioned are all in the Mojave Desert. And so I've just gone a little further east into the Mojave Desert, crossed the state line. And basically, I've lived in the desert my whole entire life. Which I don't mind. Desert's okay, it's okay. But I mean, if I had my druthers, I'd live at the beach or up in the mountains. I've always liked the beach and the mountains better than the desert, but I've never been able to afford those places. We did live in the mountains when I was a kid, all together for maybe about a year. My parents, they moved around so much. We actually managed to live in 2 different houses up in the mountains, up in Big Bear, during that year. You know, we couldn't even just have one house for that time. We had to have 2 houses. You know, we had to move. And that was back in, I was like 8 years old. But I really loved it up there, actually. But we never lived at the beach. I would like to live like, and by the beach I mean I would like to live like right on the beach, not within walking distance, not within like you got a view of the beach from your window. I would like to live like on the beach. Okay, well, you know what I mean, not like on the beach, but you know, like where you walk out your door and like your backyard or maybe your front yard, however you look at it, would be like the beach and the ocean, like right there, like, you know, 50 yards away from you or whatever. That's what I would like. I guess that's my first choice. Those are like, of course, multi-million-dollar type of homes, probably. So I guess my second choice of the beach would be, okay, all right, I'll settle for maybe, you know, a few blocks away or whatever. Otherwise, if you get too far inland, you might as well just be living in fucking city. And I'm not really a city person. I don't mind visiting the city and drive, you know, go in and see the things in the city, but I don't want to live in the city. You know, the big city. So instead, I've lived out in the desert, just because it's pretty much just so much cheaper to live out here. And it's not that far from stuff. I mean, you know, it's always been anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours drive, usually, I guess. Like if you want to go to Disneyland or Dodger Stadium or the beach or the mountains. The mountains are even closer, actually. You know, back when I was basically in high school and through my early and mid 20s, I used to ski a lot, and skiing was pretty close. I mean, it's like usually within an hour's drive, less than an hour, maybe. You know, like if you're going to Wrightwood to whatchamacallit over there. Now I'm forgetting the name of the damn place. It's been there a billion years. You know, we could make it there sometimes in 45 minutes from Apple Valley. And then if we went up to Big Bear, I guess it'd be about an hour to Snow Summit. Going the back way through Lucerne. Now this from here, probably for the next, I don't know, 20 or so miles, 20, 30 miles. They used to get every spring a really big, just wild poppies. This is known for these wild, you know, that's the California official flower, I think, is the poppy, these orange poppies. And it used to be pretty much a yearly thing where you'd get this beautiful crop of poppies. And then I guess with all the droughts and everything, it started, you know, where I guess they just weren't getting enough water at the right time, and they get hardly any poppies at all. Probably for the last 20 years, I bet you. And see, that's the funny thing is they actually created the poppy festival in Lancaster because so many people would come up here to see the poppies, and then they made the poppy festival. It's kind of like a big fair type of thing. And then about the same time, not so long after that, it seems like the poppies started like not coming out so much. But they still have the poppy festival. But we have had a couple of, I guess you could say, bumper crops maybe in the last few years, where there were some pretty good crops of these wild poppies. But on some I can remember, like back in I think it was around 89 or 1990. It might have been probably the last one that was really huge, 91 maybe, where this entire, as far as you can see, all of these fields out here were just orange, completely orange, just from the poppies. And you just don't see that very much anymore. It'll be interesting to see how this spring will be. I'm sure we'll probably see, probably some fields will be covered in orange, but I don't know if we'll ever get like we used to get like back in the 80s and even previous to that. This is Highway 138. We're going eastbound. Pretty much straight east. Enoch. I guess this little town called Enoch or Nenoch. I'm not really sure. I should know. I've lived here a long time. It's basically just some houses. People built out here. It's cheap land, and you can buy pretty easily, pretty cheaply. You can buy 5-10 acres. Especially when these houses were built, land is more expensive now, but still compared to the beach or whatever, it's like really cheap. So it's not uncommon for people to buy at least 2 or 3 acres and put a house on it. But I guess we can say we're officially in the Antelope Valley right now. See a lot of trucks cut across here. Try to stay out of that LA traffic. So you just cut across here. So most of this land, it's just there's a little bit of farming, like for alfalfa, maybe a little bit here and there, or there's some people that just grow for themselves, and there's not really much. There are some big kind of alfalfa ranches a little bit further down. Most of it is just open land, though, or just sitting. And then, like I say, people just will buy a few acres here, a few acres there, and put up a house, you know. Like right to the right here, I can see a field, and I'm not even sure what it is. It's like they're building, because I know things that grow out here are there's onions and carrots. There are a few onions and carrot farms out here. I haven't really noticed too many potatoes out here. There are potatoes more up north, like in the San Joaquin Valley. It seems like here it's mainly onions and carrots, and then alfalfa and hay. And there are some sod farms. And then the things have been popping up are solar farms. We'll be passing by some of those in a little bit. Pretty big solar farm facilities and stuff. Convenience store, gas station. So we are in the Antelope Valley, and this is considered some town, even though there's really nothing out here. I forget what it's called though. It might be Antelope Acres. I think this might be considered Antelope Acres or something like that. But as you can see, there's nothing out here. I mean, to the right there's a house. So it's, like I said, people will buy some land and they'll put a house. And that looks like a pretty nice house. And they do actually have a poppy reserve, and so to the right you can kind of see the hill, the little hill. That's the poppy reserve, and so they've got, I don't know how many acres, 100 acres or something. I don't know, where it's just a preserve, I guess. It's a reserve, but whatever it is, and I think it's a state type run facility, and they just keep that there so nothing can be built on it, and sometimes poppies grow there. But the thing about it, kind of like all around it, they've got these solar farms going in all around it. I wonder how that affects the poppies. If that generates too much heat or something, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But I can tell you the poppy yields have been really sparse over the last couple decades, at least. Here's a little convenience store, and they got a little grill where you can order food. This is called Weevil Grill Market. Weevil Market Grill. This is where I stopped after my incident where the window got smashed. Because that happened back a few miles back from where we're at now. And then I just drove to there and pulled over and cleaned all the glass out and stuff. So it's about 54 degrees here right now, and it'll probably drop down into the 30s overnight. So it still gets pretty nippy, and we're in February. You just never know. We could still get snow here. We could still get another snowstorm before before winter is through. Because we do get snow here. Occasionally during the winter time. It's a nice bright day today, but don't let that fool you. It can change. Not any minute, but between now and say spring, they might have a few more storms that come in, and they could get snow. Today is a clear day, not a cloud in the sky. So anyhow, just I can't really see the chat. Just wondering, or not wondering, but just wanted to thank you, everybody who's been here, driving along with me today. Thanks for being here on the Truck and Drive live stream as we cruise through the California desert here in Antelope Valley. We're about probably 90 miles sort of northeast of LA. Let's say like downtown LA. Probably about 90 miles northeast of there. Or just north, but a little bit northeast. Bunch of trucks all cutting across over to the 5. Now up here in about 10 miles we're going to be getting on the 14, and I was on the Pilot Flying J app, and there's places on there where you can like leave comments. And I've done it a few times where I've left comments and stuff. And one of the things I wrote, as I said, you know, you guys should build a Pilot or a Flying J right here at this intersection of Highway 138 and the 14. Because I said there's nothing out here. There's no other truck stops. And I go, it's a very common route. Lots of drivers, a lot of truckers come up through this way. And this would be a great spot. I think, for you guys to build one. And then lo and behold, a few years later, they built one, but they didn't build it there. They built it down where we're going to go, where I'm going to get fuel, down in Palmdale, right on. I don't know. I just don't think it's that. I mean, it is a well-traveled location, and a lot of trucks do go through there too. But I just think my location was better than I told them. I wish they would have built it out here instead of where they built it, or they could build two. I mean, they're a pretty rich company, but I would like to think that I probably got them thinking about this area. It was probably my letter that got them to think about this area. And they ended up building one a little further to the south, off of a high. It's a highway, but it's more of a. It's almost more like a surface street because it goes through, kind of residential areas and shit like that. Whereas this is just I'll show you where I'm talking about up here. It's like right off the freeway, and it would be perfect. Because drivers go, not only do they cut across here, but they also go straight to go up to Reno or up to Vegas or up to Tehachapi, which cuts across the Bakersfield. There's all kinds of trucks that go all. It's kind of like a crossroads to a lot of different places, right up here where I'm talking about. But I don't know, maybe the land there was just too expensive, or maybe it wasn't even available. I don't know. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. I think when we get fuel, that I mean it's a busy spot, and I guess that's what you want. You want there to be traffic. A high volume of traffic so you can get a lot of business. But I think you would probably, as far as trucks are concerned, I think you'd get just as much, if not more, truck traffic on this one spot that's coming up here at about 6.7 miles. So here's some houses, a little bit more houses here as we get closer into civilization. I think this is Antelope Acres here. I'm not really sure because, I live not too far from here. It's called a town called Rosamond, just a few miles, sort of northeast of where we're at right now. I think this little section is Antelope Acres, but I don't know. It's hard to remember all this shit. But it's not really like a town, it's just a bunch of houses. There is no shopping here or anything. I mean, Rosamond has it. So the nearest shopping is Rosamond or basically Lancaster. Right now, the desert floor here, because of all the rain and everything, it's kind of green. And then out of that green grass, that's a lot of times that's where the poppies will pop up. Like I say, during those really bumper banner years, these fields would be completely orange. Not now, but like in spring, because we're not in spring yet. But I think it's around this time when all those little poppies are kind of germinating down in the ground or something. I'm not exactly sure when all that starts, but if we have a good year, maybe with the precipitation, we might have a good year for the poppies. So if we come back through here, say in early spring, we might start seeing these fields start filling up with orange poppies. And they also have other wildflowers, like those kind of lavender, purplish kind of flowers are pretty, and other wildflowers, yellow ones and stuff like that. But if it's a bumper banner year for poppies, these fields will be pretty much like solid orange, and it's really cool to see. But it's been really, really rare over the last, I'd say, probably 25 years, where it's been really rare to see that. Where you'll just see maybe one little field, maybe it will just had the right amount of rain, the right amount of sun, the right amount of, I guess, rain and sun, and then good weather or whatever. But it used to be like every year this place would just be completely orange every spring for a few weeks. But then we've had this mega drought going on 30 years. Kind of fucks everything up. So we're gonna cross like the street that would go down to where the last house that I lived in out here was in Rosamond. And then I sold it, and now I'm down in Vegas. But I haven't bought anything else really. I'm just thinking I might just save that for my retirement. I might just get a camper van or something. I don't think I even want to get a house now. I think I might just get a camper van and live in my van down by the river. I had to say it.
Take exit on the right for California 14 South, Los Angeles, Lancaster, and California 138 East.
So this is... Oh, we already passed my street. This is 40th. Oh, yeah. My street was 60th. We passed my street like 2 miles ago. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. What I was doing there. But yeah, my street was 60th, and you just go up 60th about, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles. Hang a left on Holiday Avenue. And that's where I was at. There's a little solar farm. This is a small solar farm on the left. You can't see it probably in the shot. And we actually passed all the big solar farms already, but they're kind of off to the sides, out of the range or out of the shot. This camera here, so.
1 mile. Take exit on the right for California 14.
So we're almost to the 14.
Lancaster and California 138
East. I'll be turning right on the 14. That'll get us going southbound. Take us into Lancaster and then Palmdale. And those are pretty good sized towns. They each have probably around 160,000 people, I guess. 160, 170,000. So between those two towns, and they're like, they butt up against each other. They're neighboring towns. So between those two, it's what, 320, 340, 350,000, 350,000 people. So that's where we're headed to now. But from here, you really won't see it. It's just going to look like a little tiny town probably. Because there's no real, there's no skyscrapers or anything like that.
Proceed south on Aerospace Highway in 10 miles. Continue straight on to California 14 south, then after 105 feet, continue straight on to Aerospace.
So when we just got on the freeway, I forgot to mention it. That was the area that I was saying that they should have built where I suggested to them to build a pilot or a flying J. And as you can see, all the land on all four corners is not built on. And I think they should have built it out here. But to them, their headquarters is like Kentucky or whatever. And to them, that just looks like a big barren piece of land where they wouldn't get any traffic. But all you gotta do is stand on the corner there, and you can see all the traffic as far as truck traffic. Like there's me, there's a guy in front of me, there's another guy coming up. I mean, this is a heavily traveled route or route, whatever. And like I say, all these trucks, they come up here and they cut across right there to avoid the LA traffic. That would have been the perfect spot. But instead, they build it down where we're going to go. And I just think it's just kind of stupid, quite frankly. They just built it there because they think it's a higher traffic area. But I think traffic-wise, it's pretty much the same. And like I said, if not more up here, even though there's less development around it. But believe me, if you had a pilot flying J there, with the convenience store and all that, you're going to get all those houses that we pass by, and there's like no stores for like 20 miles. Where are they going to go when they want a pack of cigarettes or a gallon of milk? Or they want to go get a Subway sandwich because they'll probably put a Subway in there or whatever. And get gas. They're all going to go there. All those people, there's like tens of thousands of people, actually, believe it or not, within a 20-mile radius of that spot, they would all go there instead of driving all the way down here to Lancaster or all the way up to Roseman. They would go right there. So I think, when you have corporate headquarters on the other side of the country, I think people don't get a real grasp of what the location out here is like. They just see, they might have sent a scout out or something, and they go, oh yeah, it's just, there's nothing out here, it's barren desert. Let's build this one down here in town. As far as the truck stop is concerned, I think they made a mistake. Although I'm sure that pilot that we're going to go to, it gets plenty of business, but I just think it would have been better to build it out there in that spot that I just talked about, back there with 138 and 14 meet right there. So anyhow, to the right is the big fairgrounds. I don't know how much is showing up on the screen. I can't even see the screen right now. When I'm going into the sun, I can't really even see it. Off to the right, we have Jet Hawk Stadium. I know you guys can't see it. Basically, all you can see is the road. But to the right, it's a pretty nice little minor league ball club stadium. But they should have put I don't know, what do you call it? Overhead, just an overhead cover on it, on the seats. Because when you go there for a day game, you just get killed with sun. That's why I haven't gone there in like 20 years. But this is Lancaster. Again, when you're on a freeway, this isn't really interstate, but it's a freeway. And you don't really see much, but there's about at least 170,000 people live here in Lancaster. So it's not, it's not tiny. And then Palmdale's right next door, and they've got another 170,000. They're always pretty close in their populations. They're kind of rival cities, and they run neck and neck with their population and with their development and everything. A lot of housing developments and stuff, and some shopping malls and retail and all that kind of stuff. But I first came out here in about 1989 to live. I had a job, postal service down in Van Nuys, which is San Fernando Valley, which from here to Van Nuys, to the facility we worked at, it's probably about, I want to say it's only like, I don't know, I used to know the exact mileage because I used to drive it every day. I want to say 45 miles, but it might be 65 miles, whatever it is. Now I forgot, but it's something like, let's just say between 45 and 65 from here. Probably about 60 miles, I think. And so for a little while, I lived in the valley for about the first year that I worked at the post office. And then I got engaged to a young lady there that I met at the postal service, and then we got a house out here in Lancaster, and that was in '89, I believe. And so I lived out here in Lancaster for about 10 years or so. Then I moved to Palmdale for a little while, and like 15 years or something. Then I moved out to Roseman I was out in Roseman. It might have been like 10, 10, and 10, because I think I was in Roseman for about 10 years, so. I think it might have been 10 years in Lancaster, 10 years in Palmdale, and 10 years in Roseman. Is that the right math? It might have been a little less here, a little less there, because I think I moved in, I think I moved out in 2019, when I moved to Vegas.
California 14 south, then after 105 feet, continue straight onto Aerospace Highway.
I guess that would come out right though, because I think it was 89 to 99, then 99 to 2009, and 2009 to 2019. So that's about right, yeah. I think it was like about 10 years in each one of those places. So we're almost in Palmdale, the little city line. I might have passed it. It was right around here somewhere, or maybe it's coming up. City limit line here. So we're in Lancaster, and right now we are in right here, Palmdale. Now we're in Palmdale. Woo, what a difference. I know, we're just seeing this part of the freeway. They've sort of dug it down. And I think they did that because this place is notorious for high winds. And they sort of built this section of it
California 14 south, then after
with a little bit of wind protection.
Continue straight on the Aerospace Highway.
So you get about, I don't know, 5 miles of, maybe your truck won't get blown over. But then once you get out of that, it's still just as windy, you know, north of here. Where it's like kind of above everything, right? So from here, you know, all you can see is the freeway. But
Continue straight, then continue straight.
cars, trucks, things of that nature. We're going to be heading down a few miles more, and then we'll get off the 14 and get on. Well, it's a continuation. Well, actually, I'm going to pass the 138. Because Palmdale Boulevard is Highway 138, but I don't like taking Palmdale Boulevard. So we're going to keep going down to Pear Blossom Highway. That's what it is. And then that's where we get almost back to the 138. So the 138 kind of loops around. Is where the pilot is. I'm going to go in there and get some fuel. Mall, our big mall right here to the right. Probably couldn't see it. They got a Macy's. And it's straight ahead. I don't know if you can see the mountains, but that's the I guess it's just the San Bernardino Mountains. But yeah, that's where Mountain High is. I couldn't remember the name of the the ski resort or whatever, where I used to always ski like a million times up in whatchamacallit. Now I can't remember the name of the town. But Wrightwood. And that's it straight ahead. They got a little bit of snow. Probably enough to they had some nice powder on top of their man-made. I'm sure they're making man-made snow up there. It's cold enough for man-made and for them to blow snow every night. I'm going to get over here in a minute because this lane's going to turn into a turning lane. So like if you stayed on this 14 freeway, it would go back, it just goes back over to Santa Clarita and then right back to the 5, which is where we came off of when we hit the 138. But we're not going back that way. We're going to be heading east towards towards Centerville and all that shit. Oh, they didn't route me on Pablo Boulevard. They're routing me the way I was going to go anyhow. I think it used to route me to take Palmdale Boulevard, which is where Highway 138 sort of, piggybacks on. But it's a big, several miles of just, block after block after block of stoplights. And so it's really not good. It's not, Angeles Forest Highway is a better one, even though we are going to get some stoplights. A lot fewer stoplights. Got a little bit of a climb right here. This is California 14, so it's a state highway 14. And it goes all the way from, I think it's almost up to Ridgecrest, and then all the way down to Santa Clarita in LA and stuff. Just crossing the California Aqueduct. That's the water that comes down from Lake Shasta, which is up by Weed. Remember we were at Weed a couple of nights ago where I stayed? Got live stream there, right? And so the water that we just crossed came all the way down from there. Because Southern California is it's a thirsty motherfucker. It needs water from wherever it can get it, whether it's the Colorado River, whether it's, like from Lake Mead or Lake Shasta. Because this is where all the people are, is down here. There ain't as much water down here. Go figure. Maybe people should start living where the water is. Of course, it's probably more expensive wherever near the water. Maybe we need to have a setup where people make more money. Where we have, we used to have 65% of the people were middle class instead of 40% now. We used to have good paying union jobs where we had 60-70% of the jobs were good paying union jobs, and now we have less than 10%. I wonder where we went wrong. I wonder where things went wrong. Funny how about 1980 or 81 or 82, back around, who became president then? Ronald Reagan? Who was what? A Republican? Oh, yeah. We had 12 years of that shit with him and Bush Sr. Just demonizing and doing everything they could to shut down unions. Yeah, gee, I wondered what happened. I'll just never figure it out, I guess. I guess it's just a mystery, one of those unsolved mysteries. How the wage gap keeps widening and widening. And the middle class keeps shrinking and shrinking. I guess we'll just never know why that happened. If only there was a way to figure that out. Today's rant brought to you by my navigation system. So here's Angeles Forest Highway. We're getting off the 14.
1.5 miles. Stay left for Pearl Blossom Highway. Then after 174 feet, turn left to Sierra Highway.
What? Very, very sharp hairpin turn there. Really got to take it easy on that turn. And then this is no fun. Now this time of day it might not be too bad.
Left, then turn left.
But when it's like the afternoon and all the commuters are coming home from LA, this could be a really long wait to make this turn like this rider in front of us just made. Because of all the traffic coming across. But I think today is our lucky day. Well, the time. The commuters aren't coming home yet. Because it's only like, what, noon? But in about 3-4 hours from now, this highway is really super busy.
1 mile. Continue straight on Pearl Blossom Highway.
And it's hard to make that left turn out to it. And there really isn't. I don't know if that guy's letting me over or not. I guess we'll find out. I always thought they should either reduce the speed limit for people coming, because they're kind of coming up over a hill there, or put a stoplight or something, because sometimes it's just ridiculous how long you have to wait, especially in a big rig, you know, like we don't have a lot of get up and go in these things, especially if you got any kind of weight on them, and so you really has to be really super clear before you can even pull out. So now we're on Pearl Blossom Highway, eastbound, headed toward,
4.5 miles. Stay right.
You know,
continue on Pearl Blossom
east.
Highway.
And this is still considered Palmdale, even though we're in a really remote area where there are houses out here, but this is not part of really the town. This is just, you know, as you can see, a lot of fields, joshua trees and stuff. We'll be getting into some residential area in a minute here, though. And then in about, I don't know, 2 or 3 miles, probably about 3 miles, is the pilot. I'm going to go in and get fuel. And so we'll be making a fuel stop. This is the most southern kind of edge, or Palmdale, I guess. why that song comes up. More than a woman to me. More than a woman, woo. More than a woman to me. There's a Tesla. Why did that guy hit a U-turn like that? Why did he do that like that? I wonder why did he do that?
2 miles, stay right. Continue on Fort Blossom Highway.
I'm gonna get left lane, I think, because that pilot's gonna be on the left, and I think it's kind of deceptive. Where it just all of a sudden kind of pops up on you. It's not this light, but I think it's the next light. Signal light. Stoplight, I mean. Yeah, it's definitely not this stoplight. But I think it's between this stoplight and the next stoplight. Ooh,
1
there's
mile, stay right. Continue on Fort
a
Blossom Highway.
CHP for some reason. Going through there. So, if he's off in a hurry, sometimes that means that there's a wreck or something up on the highway. Maybe. Oh, he's not going real super fast. He's going fast, but he's not. Of course, this is sort of a residential thing. He's being careful. Somewhat so. More than a woman. So yeah, this is the pilot right here. Coming up here. Gonna hang a Louis. Well, oh, that's still there. I thought they took it out, or maybe was it gone? Like across the street, there was always this like kind of like taco truck, or I guess it's closed. Oh, it looks like their little things all falling apart. I never have gone over there to eat, but it always looked kind of intriguing because they had it all lit up. I would see drivers or other people, you know, like walking across the street to go eat over there, and now it looks like it's all closed up. It's kind of a shame. I wanted to check it out. So here's the pilot. It's fairly new. It's opened just last year. It's a pretty new one. This is the one
Drive the route line behind
I
you.
was talking about where I suggested they build one out there, and they built it here instead. I think my location really would be better.
Proceed east on Fort Blossom Highway in a quarter mile. Out of route.
It's actually kind of
Drive the route
crowded
line behind
today.
you. Or route from current location.
I wish this thing would shut up.
Proceed east on Fort Blossom Highway in a quarter mile. Out of route. Drive the route line behind you. Or route from current location.
I'm gonna park here first before I get fuel. In fact, I think I'm going to probably end the live stream because I've got to make a call also. And the live stream and the call are all on the same device. And so I think I'm going to probably end it here. We could restart another one maybe later. I don't know. Everything's falling apart in this truck. Okay. I'll take this out of here. Hopefully it's not getting too hot. Hey guys, so how's it going? I'm gonna go ahead and let me sort of look at some of the chat, see what you guys have been chatting about. Let's see, what do we got? We got 7 people. All right, how long have we been going? We've been going about an hour and 45 minutes. So, I guess I don't have time to go through the whole chat here, but yeah, I was on 138. We got Wes and Jolie and Gus in there. Jolie says she's only been to California once. It was in San Diego. Wes had a cousin that lived there for a year, I guess. And there's One-Eyed Cat. Feels like I'm on a road trip, kinda, sorta. I guess we don't need to see the side of my face while I'm reading this. There are only 3 of us. John can't read. I see it says 7 watching, so I don't know. And you can keep Jolie from getting too lonely. What was that? I don't know. Swap meet. I mean, oh yeah, right next door. That's the big swap meet. That's been there for 50 years, that place. Or longer, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to be shutting it down here. There's KO. Hey, KO. Glad to see you stopping by. One-Eyed Cat, I've stopped by a time or two, but never chatted. Oh, okay. I think I remember One-Eyed Cat from somewhere. One-Eyed Cat, or maybe I've got on yours. Do you do live streams? I think I know that name. Wes, I changed names to give John a thumbs up. Did you hit the thumb cat? And then KO says, chat synopsis 1, hello to that John. 3, he shouldn't ask questions when I am busy. 4, oh my God, he read this. 5, laugh now, John, love you. Yeah, you called that one, didn't you? Okay, so anyhow, yeah, I'm here in Palmdale, California. It's nice and sunny and bright, about 55 degrees. I'm going to get fuel here in a little bit. I got to make a phone call. Stuff came up here I got to do. Got to take care of. It is now 12:27 Pacific time, and I guess that's it. We didn't do a real long show today. Maybe I'll do if I can get out of here. Maybe I'll do another one. So, but I got to shut down for a little bit. So keep your eyes open. If you see me, if you see that I went back on, then go ahead and hop back on, and we'll continue the ride. I'm going on I'm heading over to Phoenix, Arizona. That's my destination is Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm still 372 miles away. So, yeah, I got to get going. Got to be there by tonight. So, anyhow, thanks, Jolie. Thank you for being here. Thanks for modding. Thank you, Wes and Gus and One-Eyed Cat and KO and Bill Deacon was in here and everybody that was here. Thanks for stopping by. And if I don't see you today, then I'll probably see you tomorrow. And if I don't see you tomorrow, for sure on Thursday, right? All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I got some stuff I gotta take care of, and I will see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.